One challenge our community faces did not take a break for the holidays, and that is crime. Now, this morning, Memphis police responded to a call about a smash and grab at a business at Park and Highland. You can see the front door smashed in at the Smooth Wireless, but there's no word what was taken. Bill Gibbons from the Memphis Shelby Crime Commission is now joining us here to discuss what we're seeing in 2023 and any changes on the horizon that we can count on in the new year. Thank you so much for coming in.
Conchi, good to be here.
Okay, so what's your final analysis as you look at 2023 and you compare it to, I guess, our pandemic years, and this is post-pandemic?
Well, 2023 has not been a great year in terms of crime in our community. I do think 2024 is going to be better, and we can get to that in a minute. But, you know, we've had a record number of homicides this year, around 15,000 reported vehicles stolen, around 2,000 guns stolen from vehicles. And most Memphians have been affected by crime one way or another. On a personal note, I have relatives spending the holiday with us, and we woke up Christmas morning to find out that a relative's car had been broken into in front of my house. So we spent some time with the Memphis Police Department Christmas morning dealing with that.
I guess they didn't know whose home that was.
I don't think that really has any impact.
I know, it's just interesting.
But I think, you know, it's an example of how most of us have been affected by crime. But having said that, Conji, I'm really pretty optimistic about some headway that we can make as we enter the new year. And let me mention just 2 or 3 examples.
Okay.
First of all, focusing on those who directly or indirectly, because of their influence over others, are responsible for a large percentage of our crime. Chief Davis has been talking a lot about this. I know that Mayor-elect Young has been briefed on that kind of approach.
You mean that small number of people causing most all the crime, and that it's not the community at large? Right,
and Chief Davis has talked a lot about those repeat offenders. Mayor Strickland, to his credit, has started a focused deterrence effort. This year there will be about 100 or so individuals who've been focused on, but if we can ramp that up so that we're focusing on 300 to 400 of those bad actors responsible for a large percentage of our crime, we can have a major impact. And I'm optimistic that we're going to be able to move in that direction to really ramp up that kind of approach in 2024. A second example is better use of technology. I think a good example of that is the Connect to Memphis camera system. Right now we have about 5,000 cameras connected to that system. What if we ramp that up to 10,000, 15,000, 20,000? That could have a major impact on deterring and solving crimes.
Can you explain that further? Because I know that there are cameras in businesses, and do they have to pay for that? How does that work?
Well, there are really two different approaches, and one costs more than the other. First of all, a business, for example, can integrate its cameras into the Memphis Police Department system, and there's some cost to that. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but that means that there is a real-time feed into the Memphis Police Department's camera system. The other approach, which is mainly for residential cameras, is to register those cameras with the Memphis Police Department. So the police department can have easier access to that footage if they need it in order to help solve a crime. So again, we have around 5,000 businesses and residencies part of that program now. We need to ramp that up, but I think that can be a major tool in preventing and solving crimes. A third example that I would mention is action by the state legislature. I think we're going to see action in 2024 to really focus on dealing more effectively with serious offenders, both adult and juvenile. There's a lot of concern about that, but I think the chances are very good that we'll see some action next year on that. So I'm pretty optimistic, really.
But for years and years, you know, we've even heard Mayor Strickland say that the laws are not tough enough. They don't finalize the deal, and so people get let out.
Well, right, and I think
so. What makes you think it's different this time
We're going to see some progress this coming year, I think. to address that. For example, right now, someone can be convicted of a drive-by shooting in a neighborhood or on the interstate and get probation, no incarceration whatsoever. I think there's going to be a major effort by the General Assembly to address that loophole and require incarceration once someone is convicted of that type of crime. Another example, you can have a 17-year-old convicted of carjacking, but under our juvenile system, once that juvenile reaches his 19th birthday, he's totally cut loose. There is no supervision. I would submit that whether you're for rehabilitation or accountability or both, and I'm for both, that's just not sufficient time. So removing that 19th birthday age limit is another example that I think the legislature will try to address.
And I've heard the incoming mayor speak of more programs that will help on the front end so that you don't get to that back end. New Year's Eve is coming up. Can you just talk about anything you'd want to share with anyone heading down to hang out on Beale Street for the new year? I know downtown has had some high-profile crimes.
Well, absolutely. I don't have any magic formula to that. Be careful, be observant, know what's going on around you. Again, we've had roughly 2,000 guns stolen from vehicles. Individuals don't need to leave guns in vehicles. That's just a recipe for disaster. Those guns end up in the wrong hands. I don't mean to be a damper on New Year's Eve, but I think the earlier you can celebrate, the better.
All right, Bill Givens with the Memphis Shelby Crime Commission, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we're looking forward to a safe 2024.